An altercation arose between a private bus driver and a SLTB bus driver at the Singakulia junction in Sandalankawa. Our correspondent said that a person was hospitalized after sustaining injuries in the incident.
According to the police, the altercation arose when the private bus had attempted to overtake the SLTB bus. The police say that the driver of the private bus had attacked the SLTB bus driver with a pole during the altercation. The SLTB bus and the private bus were racing with each other. When the private bus suddenly attempted to overtake the bus, the side mirror of the private bus was knocked. The private bus driver took an iron pole and attacked the SLTB bus driver. The bus driver, who was injured in the incident, was admitted to the Sandalankawa hospital and later transferred to the Dambadeniya hospital. The SLTB buses always try to knock the private buses from behind. Private buses operate amidst this. We were travelling on our side of the road when the bus knocked our bus. This is when our driver got off the bus. We didn't see him attacking anyone. The private bus driver, who was taken into custody, was remanded until tomorrow by the Marvilla magistrate.
On a lighter note, an African lion was gifted to the Dehiwala National Zoo by South Korea today.
The African lion, scientifically known as Panthera leo, was brought to Sri Lanka from the Seoul Grand Zoo in South Korea and is 2 years old. The staff at the National Zoo in Dehiwala said the lion will be closely monitored by a team of doctors to acclimatize it to its new surroundings. Those visiting the zoo will be able to see the African lion after a period of 1 month. The lion will be transferred to the Ridigama Safari Park in Hambantota once the park is declared open. Another 2 lions will be brought from Germany to the Dehiwala National Zoo within the next 2 weeks.
Tanha Rati Ranga, Between Yesterday and Tomorrow, a film directed by Nilendra Deshapriya, was awarded a production grant by the Global Film Initiative. This is incidentally Nilendra Deshapriya's maiden film production, and the film is amongst 6 films selected from 39 countries for the grant award.
This is the story of a journey.
A journey towards the beginning, towards the spirit,
towards the soul.
A journey in search of soulmates in a soulless world.
Tanha Ratiranga, Between Yesterday and Tomorrow, is one of 6 films chosen by the Global Film Initiative during its Winter 2013 grant cycle. Tanha Ratiranga was given the honorary award after taking into consideration its artistic excellence, accomplished storytelling and the outstanding cinematography.
මගේ පළමු චිත්‍රපටියම මේ ආකාරයෙන් ජයතන්තරව
I am humbled that my first film production was presented with an award. Those in the Global Film Initiative who select these films are accomplished artists such as Carlos Regedas, Veera Setukal, Pedro Almodovar, Meera Nair, Adul Gopakrishnan and Laswan Trier. I took a risk when I began creating this film. Rather than highlighting a particular incident to express the meaning of truth, I wanted the viewer to find truth by himself. This award signifies that the movie has touched the thoughts of international viewers. As I always say, young directors can achieve their dreams in the film industry.
ඔබේ සිනමාව පිළිබඳ සිහිනය සැබෑ කරගන්න ඔබට පුළුවන්.
චලය යද්දි තමයි මට හම්බ වුණේ.
Up next is Action TV.
A change in policies in a ministry with the shuffling of cabinet ministers is a common occurrence. In this backdrop, there are many instances where certain state officials misuse state powers for their personal benefit. However, last Tuesday, when a divisional manager of the Sri Lanka Mahaweli Authority attempted to implement these state powers, she was obstructed by residents of several Mahaweli settlements. One of the main issues that have cropped up in the Mahaweli settlement is the non-availability of land for the second and third generation of settlers. This is clearly evident through this half an acre of land that was granted to the initial settlers, but is now home to the second and third generation of settlers. During the tenure of Minister Maithripala Sirisena as the subject minister, the second and third generations of settlers who do not possess lands in the B zone were granted permission to reside in the official Mahaweli houses that were abandoned. However, with a new subject minister being appointed, the manager of the Vijayabapura division ordered those residing in these official houses to vacate the premises without providing them with any alternative. At this moment, Minister Maithripala Sirisena had made a request from the Mahaweli authority. The request was to divide the lands of the Mahaweli authority adjacent to these abandoned official houses and provide the land to those who were vacated from the houses. Thereby the lands were surveyed and divided 6 months ago. However, the manager of the Vijayabapura division arrived at this location last Tuesday to hand over these lands to a selected group of outsiders. The reason for the lack of lands in the Mahaweli zone is that the lands are being enjoyed by the senior officers of the Mahaweli authority without any limitations. An example of this is a large portion of land in the Dimulagala 5th mile post being taken over by one such officer. Minister of Irrigation and Water Resources Management, this is over to you.
In other local news, 2 construction workers at the Dikkoya Base Hospital met with an accident today. Now, the medical superintendent of the hospital said that the 2 workers who were inside a container transporting tiles to the construction site were injured when the container had suddenly slanted onto one side. The accident occurred when the workers were unloading the tiles from the container for the final phase of construction at the new ward complex of the Dikkoya Base Hospital. The workers were admitted to the Dikkoya Base Hospital. One of the injured, who was in a critical condition, was transferred to the Kandy General Hospital. Now, the medical superintendent at the Dikkoya Base Hospital also said that the other injured person is not in a critical condition. The victims are from the Norwood Estate in Hatton and the Dankalwatta Estate in Dikkoya.
The University of Sri Jayawardhanapura and the University of Moratuwa advanced to the finals of the men's table tennis team event at the 11th Sri Lanka University Games today. The table tennis event was held at the indoor stadium of the University of Moratuwa. The University of Sri Jayawardhanapura beat the University of Colombo 3-1 in the first semi-final. Meanwhile, the University of Moratuwa beat the University of Kelaniya 3-1 to reach the finals. The finals played between the University of Sri Jayawardhanapura and the University of Moratuwa is currently underway.
Also in sports news, the first executive committee meeting of Sri Lanka cricket was held this evening, presided by the president of SLC, Jayantha Dharmadasa. Here are a few of the major decisions that were taken at this meeting.
An independent panel to nominate umpires to the ICC panel of umpires for the year 2013-2014, to conduct a brainstorming session representing all stakeholders, past national captains and coaches to develop a strategic plan for a competitive domestic cricket structure for a period of 5 years. National selectors Pramod Vikramasinghe and Hashan Tilkaratne were entrusted to scout for new talent. Construct 4 center wickets each in Jaffna, Northern Province and Trincomalee, and in the Eastern Province to develop up-and-coming talented cricketers. National team contracts for women cricketers in order to professionalize women's cricket in Sri Lanka were offered to women cricketers in 4 categories.
English Premier League giants Manchester United have appointed Sir Alex Ferguson's recommendation David Moyes to replace the 71-year-old as manager at Old Trafford.
David Moyes, out of contract at the end of the season, leaves Everton after 11 years in charge at Goodison Park. The 50-year-old Scot has agreed a 6-year deal and will replace Sir Alex Ferguson, who announced his retirement yesterday after 26 years. Ferguson, who stays at Old Trafford as a director and ambassador, has had a close relationship with his successor throughout his managerial career. Moyes had insisted he would make any decision on his Everton future until the end of the season, but has now accepted the challenge of succeeding the man many have seen as his mentor. He has won widespread acclaim for consistently guiding Everton into the upper reaches of the Premier League on a limited budget.
Hawaiian surfer Shane Dorian walked away with one of the sport's most prized accolades, winning the Ride of the Year award at the annual Billabong Global Big Wave Awards ceremony held in Anaheim, California.
Shane Dorian received $50,000 for the monumental wave he successfully paddled into and surfed at Jaws Moi last October. Dorian's wave also included a gigantic tube ride which earned him an additional $5,000 and the award for Pacifico Tube. Dorian's feat edged out other Billabong XXL Ride of the Year nominees, rides by Californian surfers Sean Dollar at Huge Coats Bank CA, Greg Long at Jaws Moi, and fellow Hawaiians Dave Wessel and Reef McIntosh, who both surfed memorable waves during an historic swell at Cloudbreak in Fiji, June 2012.
Now on to some cricket news. Mushfiqur Rahim has said that he will stand down as captain of the Bangladesh cricket team after this weekend's 2 T20 internationals against Zimbabwe in Bulawayo.
Their staff. Bangladesh lost the preceding one-day international series 2-1 after the test series was drawn 1-all. 24-year-old wicketkeeper batsman Mushfiqur Rahim has been captain since September 2011 when he succeeded Shakib Al Hassan. Since his appointment, Bangladesh have only won one series against one of the International Cricket Council's full member teams, a 3-2 ODI success against West Indies in December 2012. Mushfiqur's test batting form has improved since taking over the captaincy, including a double century against Sri Lanka in Galle in March and making 60 and 93 in his most recent test against Zimbabwe. However, he has only passed 50 twice in 20 ODI innings as a skipper. Mushfiqur Rahim has played 34 tests, 119 ODIs and 27 T20 internationals since making his international debut as a 16-year-old while still at school, playing purely as a batsman against England at Lord's in 2005.
This afternoon, how did you feel about that?
Well, with that, we wrap up today's Primetime News edition. And if you're an F1 fan, don't forget F1 is heading into Europe this weekend with Spain. I'm Krishna Panditharatna.
And I'm Nadim Majid. Good night and good luck.